In the heart of Paris, Vincent and Sophie, a married couple, ran a small butcher shop tucked away on a quiet street. Despite their passion for the craft, the shop struggled to attract customers. Those who did come often grew impatient as Vincent, with his peculiar habit of meticulously massaging the meat, took far too long to serve them. The couple's financial troubles were mounting, and the shop's future looked bleak. One fateful afternoon, their struggles took a violent turn. A group of vegan activists stormed the shop, hurling paint, smashing windows, and scrawling graffiti on the walls. Vincent, fueled by anger, chased after them. He managed to tackle one of the activists to the ground and ripped off his mask, but the man's friends quickly returned, kicking Vincent in the stomach before fleeing with their comrade. Bruised and defeated, Vincent returned to the shop, where Sophie tended to his wounds. Later that evening, the couple visited their friends, Stephanie and Mark, hoping for some comfort. Over dinner, Vincent shared their latest blow: the bank had refused them a loan to repair the shop, leaving them on the brink of bankruptcy. Stephanie initially offered sympathy, but it wasn't long before she began boasting about Mark's thriving butcher shop. Mark, not to be outdone, joined in, flaunting his success and even presenting Vincent with an unexpected gift: a handgun. For protection, Mark insisted, despite Vincent's reluctance. To demonstrate, Mark fired the gun at a toy floating in their pool, leaving Vincent uneasy. On the drive home, Sophie dropped another bombshell. She confessed that their marriage had grown stale and that she wanted a man who excited her. Vincent, distracted and barely listening, suddenly spotted the vegan activist from earlier riding a bicycle nearby. In a fit of rage, Vincent reversed the car, intending to confront the man. But in his haste, he accidentally ran him over, killing him instantly. Panicked, Vincent wanted to call the police, but Sophie stopped him. She pointed out that he had been drinking and that the gun in the trunk would only make things worse. Desperate, she suggested a macabre solution inspired by a true crime documentary she had recently watched: they should dismember the body and dispose of it in pieces across the city. Reluctantly, Vincent agreed. Back at the butcher shop, Vincent used his tools to dismember the body, his hands trembling as he worked. At one point, an ear fell to the floor, and their dog devoured it eagerly, barking for more. Vincent tossed the other ear to the dog, watching in horrified fascination as it disappeared. When he finally finished, he returned to their apartment, only to find Sophie engrossed in another crime documentary. She coldly informed him that he would be sleeping on the couch. They were separated now. The next morning, Vincent overslept and rushed to the shop, where he discovered Sophie had sold the ham he had left on the slicer. A customer raved about how it was the best meat she had ever tasted and demanded more. Vincent tried to steer her toward other cuts, but she insisted on the ham. Sophie, unaware of the truth, also tried it and found it delicious. Vincent, scrambling for an explanation, claimed it was Iranian pork. The customer bought everything they had, and soon word spread. The shop was flooded with customers eager to try the exotic meat. As the days passed, the couple found themselves making more money than ever before. But the guilt and horror of their actions began to weigh on Vincent. Sophie, however, saw an opportunity. She suggested they continue killing people and selling their meat, arguing that it could save the shop. Vincent was appalled, but Sophie's determination was unwavering. Their moral dilemma deepened when their daughter, Chloe, introduced them to her new boyfriend, Lucas, a vegan. While Lucas claimed to respect meat eaters, his condescending attitude and Chloe's decision to go vegan out of solidarity infuriated Vincent. Lucas refused to eat anything the couple offered, criticizing their food and even calling Sophie an old cow as he ranted about animal cruelty. That night, Vincent finally gave in to Sophie's plan. They targeted a vegan restaurant, scouting for a victim. They settled on the burly cook, but when Vincent attempted to kill him, he panicked and fled. Sophie saw through his excuses and insisted they needed a better strategy. Drawing from her true crime obsession, she proposed posing as vegan activists to lure their next victim. The following day, they staged a protest outside a grocery store, pretending to be passionate vegans. When a man insulted them, Sophie engaged him in a heated argument, using facts she had learned from Lucas. A group of genuine activists approached them, and Vincent impulsively agreed to join them in raiding a meat processing plant. To his shock, the plant belonged to Mark. Sophie stayed behind as a lookout, while Vincent joined the activists in vandalizing the place, even setting a fire. Afterward, Sophie confronted Vincent, furious that he had betrayed their friends. But Vincent argued that large chains like Mark's were the real threat to small businesses like theirs. At a restaurant later that evening, Vincent ordered a steak but found it unsatisfying compared to the Iranian pork. Sophie taunted him, calling him a coward and accusing him of relying on her to solve their problems. Enraged, Vincent raised a fork to strike her but stopped himself. "We're done," he declared before walking out. As Vincent disappeared into the night, Sophie struck up a conversation with the waiter, bonding over their shared love of crime documentaries. Meanwhile, Vincent wandered the streets of Paris, haunted by the choices they had made and the monstrous path they had chosen to save their failing shop.